City Council meeting to order. Please join me in the flag salute. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. All members of the council are present tonight, with the exception of the vacant position that, as anyone has interest in it, will expire at the end of this month. So if anybody has any interest, please send your letter of interest in by September 30th. With that, is there any announcements or additions to the agenda? Is there any declaration of ex-party contacts, conflict of interest, bias, etc.? Don't hear any. Any public comment? Doesn't appear to be. That leads us to the consent agenda from September 2nd. City Council regular session minutes. What does council like to do?
Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Patty?
Yes, sir. I motion that we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay. Motion and a second to present the consent agenda as submitted. Any further question? All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries 4-0. That leads us to, there's no presentations. There are no public hearings. That leads us to general business, community engagement, summary, update. Howard, come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. How's the volume?
There you go.
Good? Okay,
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. I'm excited today to provide an update about summer community engagement. It was a really fun summer and got to be a part of 13 different city-related events. It was a great way, as somebody new to the community, to meet different people in Stayton, and also to start building connections and supporting council's goal of building trust with the community. Our ice cream socials, including National Night Out, I'll give you a couple stats here. So out of those 6 events, we attracted 220 attendees, and that's excluding city staff, related folks, and their families. And that averages about 37 people per event. And the trend that we saw there was that the later events were a little more well attended versus some of the earlier ones. So what we like to see. Let me try to move to the next page. So we, throughout the summer, learned a lot about how to get community members to want to come to attend the community events. And I was very happy to see that near the end, we actually developed I would say a really small following. We had a couple people that attended consecutive events, and that was really nice to see. We saw more Facebook and website engagement throughout the course of those events as well. And throughout the summer, we really took the approach of trying things, and sometimes it doesn't work out, but then you come back and you do it differently, and you try again. And by using that approach, we ended up having really trackable success from a couple of marketing tactics that I just wanted to call out. One of which being lawn signs and A-frames we found to be really, really successful. We saw that a lot of people attended the events because of those tactics, and we learned that by trying to survey as many people, having conversations with them as they're approaching the event. Another one was door knocking, and a last one that I wanted to call out was we developed a couple ice cream coupons that we handed out at Summerfest and a couple of other events, and it was so nice to see those kind of come back around and people bringing them back around to future ice cream socials. But it really was a team effort, right? Like, it wasn't something that I did alone. And one example of that would be the signs, the A-frames, the lawn signs, and we had so many people be a part of that. For example, I started out with 2 signs, but throughout the course of the events, I got signs from the police, I got signs from Public Works, I got signs from the library. So everybody was just really, really helpful and really, really positive about providing help as well. We also had community groups like the Chamber share a message, and a really interesting one was that a SIT team member actually helped us hand out ice cream coupons at an event that happened the day before an ice cream social. So that was really, really nice to see. But at this time, I wanted to call out, council and staff, and just thank all of you who attended these events. We actually saw every council member and had staff from all the different departments this summer, and none of these events would be successful if it weren't for your involvement. And just wanted to give a special shout out as well to Melanie, who provided incredible guidance and support on ideas, events, and execution kind of throughout the whole process. So thank you to Melanie and all of you.
Thanks, Melanie. Thanks, Howard. Anybody have any
Mayor.
questions for Howard? Go ahead, Ken.
Howard, I just want to commend you on your enthusiasm for this community. Also, brand new here. One thing you did not mention was the parade, and I think that was a huge success.
Mm-hmm.
You putting that together, and I think the pool tokens that were handed out to the kids, I'm hoping they used them this summer. But thank you very much.
And I actually have a couple more things to say, if I may.
Go ahead.
I also wanted to talk a little bit about the questions and comments that we received. So I tracked about 50 questions and comments, including the ones that were submitted from all of you. So thank you so much for doing that, and tried to put them into themes a little bit, but really found that like a lot of the comments were perhaps localized to the park and that neighborhood. So we saw some of those, and we saw questions about public works. We saw questions about library schedules. We saw questions about even volunteering with the city. And nearing the end of July, we heard concerns like, we really heard the Detroit Dam deep drawdown bubbling up as a key concern. But it was great to have council and staff there to answer questions and to also have the opportunity to talk about all the great things that are happening at the city. And going back to Councillor Carey, 4th of July was amazing, and was really proud to be able to increase the visibility of the pool as a community asset. And I'll definitely take a look at those pool token numbers as well. We also did Summerfest. That's another one I wanted to call out, as well as a business network event at the wastewater treatment plant, kind of bringing further education to that whole process. And Just quickly on next steps. The last thing I'm going to say here is after a summer of getting to know the community and leveraging all of the city's communications channels, I'm using that knowledge now to put together a communications plan, and that will support council's goal around communication and engagement. And I'm hoping that it'll be a living document that we can update, that really embodies the spirit of continually improving, and being able to address communications gaps, right, that may be currently existent in the community. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and happy to answer any further questions as well.
Okay, thanks again, Howard. Great update.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor Ort.
I do have a question. Do we have any, bright. Do we have any fall activities planned or in the works?
There are. I'm actually trying to organize a series of presentations for the city manager to go talk about the Pool and Parks levy to different community groups, including like the Chamber. I think she has 2 engagements at the Chamber, but also Rotary, like Kiwanis, Senior Center, all of that, trying to get all of that nailed down so she can kind of put the education out there about that in a neutral way. We also have a tour of the wastewater treatment plant with the Rotary Club as well. And I feel like there's something else, but maybe I'll stop there.
Thank you.
Councilor Sims.
Thanks, Howard. I think you're doing a really good job. I really appreciate the efforts and the fostering those relationships with the community. So thanks for hitting the deck plates running. I'm really impressed. Just good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Howard. This is an opportunity for public comment. Okay, no public comment. Yeah, it moves us on to library summary with Jana.
I'm here tonight to give you a summer reading recap. This summer, 890 people of all ages participated in our summer reading program designed and developed by our library team. 2,217 people came to our programs, and 8,100 people visited the library during those weeks of summer reading. This is the game board and our fictional city of Stayton in its early days. 260 people joined us for the kickoff party. This summer, we tested our Minecraft building skills to see if our creations could survive an Angry Bird attack. We solved a Lego Clue murder. Mrs. Peacock wrote off the joy of reading with a pen in the library. We learned some new dance moves and had a competitive dance-off. Had performances from Eric Herman and Louis Fox and more, and even had an ultimate bingo showdown. 367,080 minutes were read to earn pieces to build the city. Roads were built, complete with roundabouts. And Stayton turned into a metropolis with well-maintained city infrastructure. We almost had to annex new land. 338 people joined us for the In Celebration foam party. We had a fantastic summer, and none of it would have been possible without our incredible library crew and our amazing volunteers. And we want to thank you all for sharing your summer with us. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Jana. Anyone have any questions for Jana? Council Ort?
I just wanted to say great job.
Thank you.
The Stayton was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jen, I think the comments on social media always give you high praise, so awesome job.
Thanks so much.
Any opportunity for public comment for the library?
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is resolution number 25-031, amending the 25-26 fee schedule to establish a credit card processing fee. And Randy's going to give us the info.
The city incurs processing fees on all our credit card payments, and we'd like to recoup the transaction fee on our larger payments. We accept payments such as permits, licenses, and development fees, and while this provides convenience for our customers, the city incurs processing fees. And to recover a portion of the cost, the staff recommends implementing a 3% fee on credit card payments exceeding $3,000. And the fee would not apply to monthly utility bills. And it reflects a fiscally responsible strategy to preserve public resources, and other cities in the area charge similar fees for the credit card processing.
Okay, thank you, Randy. The opportunity for public comment. Okay, council discussion.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor Sims.
do you have any idea what type of, overall per year, what type of fees we're paying for that 3%, or the city? How much is the city out of pocket?
Probably about $20,000 a year in processing fees just on our general services, so everything other than utility.
Okay, all right, thank you. 20K.
Mr. Mayor.
Council Ort.
I was just curious how do we come up with the like the 3,000 as the mark that we'd start?
We had a group discussion about it within the finance department, and basically wanted to gear it more towards public works services and building permits and that kind of stuff. And a lot of the costs for those start in that ballpark.
Okay. Thank you.
What would council like to do here?
Mr. Mayor.
Just real quick, Randy. So as a business owner, we don't yet, we need to put a percentage on credit card use. Why are we excluding the utility bills?
We raise the rates once a year on the utility bills, and this last year we did it twice. Once in January for the transportation fee, and then our normal increases in July.
Is there
So-
a high percentage of people that use cards for these payments?
For utility
Yeah,
payments?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there?
Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Patty.
Yeah, unless Councilor Carey has further inquiry, I'd like to make a motion. All right, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to move that we adopt resolution number 25-031 as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second to adopt resolution number 25-031 as presented. Any further discussion? Melanie, can you poll the council on this one, please?
Counselor Ort?
Yes.
Counselor Patty?
Yes.
Counselor Carey?
Yes.
Counselor Sims?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you. That concludes that on the agenda. Alyssa is filling in for Julia. Anything from city staff, Alyssa?
I don't have anything. Doesn't look like any of the staff is jumping up and running to the
Okay.
microphone, so we're good.
Okay. That's an opportunity now for communication from mayor and council. And as always, I defer to council first. So what would council like to talk about?
Mr. Mayor?
Councilor Sims.
I would like to know if there was any updates on the Detroit Dam drawdown from Barry. I don't know if we've heard any new information in the last week or so on that, but that'd be one question I had.
Councillor Patty, you're not allowed to laugh. Barry Buchanan, Interim Public Works Director. To answer your question, Councillor Sims, there has been nothing really new in the last week. I will add that I'll reiterate that we have been told that the Corps of Engineers is looking at a control limit of 10 NTU on the waters released from the dam. We haven't been told exactly where that monitoring is going to be or how it's going to be implemented. We're waiting to see what the actual result is going to be. We understand that the supplemental EIS will go out for commentary from interested parties, of which we're not included. None of the water providers, in actual fact, are included in that review. It is actually the federal departments will do the first review, and then we'll get a chance under public comment later in the year, probably middle of October through to December. That's about as much new information as I know at the moment.
Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Patty.
Thank you. Barry, thank you for that update. Just curious, who would be the interested federal parties on something like that?
Okay, it's NIMS, NOAA, Fish and Wildlife, basically the federal government departments that have been involved in consulting with the Corps and producing the document.
Thank you very much.
So Barry, does that mean that we're drawing conclusion or the end of the supplemental impact statement?
As far as production is concerned,
Yeah.
yes, they're getting close to the end of production of that document, as I understand it.
Okay. And as I understand it is, there is no, once it's concluded and adopted, or however they determine it, they can start the drawdown from that process forward?
Oh, okay. There is a commentary period for the interested parties first. Then it's open to the general public for commentary, and then it's reviewed again, and they produce a final document, a final EIS. I don't quote me on this specifically, but I believe it's early next year that they intend to release the final document. Once that document is in place, then they can move forward with the drawdowns, yes. So we are definitely off the hook this year, but more than likely on the hook next year.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else? I guess, Barry, one thing I would mention to you, I was asked if we could make an equation on our website about potentially showing how much water is actually being used in the city on a daily basis.
We can definitely give a presentation, or we can put.
They were trying to ask me to make it more tangible for people to really see the possible effects of what this have on the city.
In terms of water volume, are you talking?
Yeah, they were giving an example like how many times the toilet flush a day,
Oh, okay.
how many liters of water could you drink that day, et cetera, et cetera. Just trying to really show how that could have an impact on the city.
Right. Okay.
That was a recommendation.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely look into that. But as it stands right now, if we can't produce water, the answer is zero.
I guess. You have another question, Councilor Sims?
No, thanks, Barry. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Barry.
it.
Anybody else? Councilor Carey? Go ahead.
A couple things. One, I did meet briefly with Crystal Spenner, the owner of Snow Peak about the possibility of having a town hall type evening with Barry as the main speaker to explain the drawdown to the community. The other thing is, as we move forward towards the opening of the family building blocks, it's going to be really prevalent that we get that no parking sign up quicker than tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's already one no parking sign, so if we could maybe just incorporate another one at the corner so people don't park past the arrow. Because I drive by there every morning, there's 2 or 3 cars.
Okay.
And
Thank
one
you.
other thing, just to put it out there, I had a resident come up to me and talk about the possibility of putting into law the fireworks that are put off illegally. And I said I would bring that up. And his hope is that we can have something incorporated by New Year's Eve.
Yeah, Councilor Carey, thanks for that. That individual also sent me a text with this expressing the same desire. So I will leave that with council and with staff to address it going forward.
Is that like a ban on fireworks altogether? Is that what? Oh, illegals? Oh.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilor Patty.
I'm not privy to the text we're talking about. Illegal fireworks are illegal. So what are we doing? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, so the text was in reference to what City of Yachats is doing right now. They're considering an outward ban. I think the citizen that's talking to us is asking us for the enforcement of the illegal fireworks. So I think we brought it up at one of the last, or Julie's aware of it, I'm pretty sure. I think she got correspondence from that person too. Anything else, council?
I got one more thing.
I knew you did. Go ahead.
So we've had quite a bit of work done on the swimming pool. Is there any chance we could get a tour of the new work that's been done?
Absolutely.
That would be
I think
great.
We would love to do that. I will talk with Emily and see if we can coordinate something. It is looking amazing in there, and I know if you saw the post on social media, we got a lot of great feedback. So.
Okay, yeah, it'd be great to see it and
Yeah,
give some
for sure.
accolades.
Yep.
All right. Last thing for me is that I think at this point we have, 15 days left until the letters of interest for the vacancy closes. I think we have 5 individuals at this point, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what my process is, what my intention is. This is really a council process for all of us, not necessarily me being the one to say, okay, this is the person and you all have to accept it or not. I want you to be involved in this and engaged. So what I'd like to do is have, on the final day, have all the candidates lined up. I'll have you all review them and then really have a consensus of who you all would like to have appointed based through a series of interviews or however we ended up doing it. And then I will take that and move the council's decision forward. So I just wanted to get it out there. And Councilor Patty, go ahead. Looks like you have a question.
I don't have a question, but I do want to say thank you for engaging us in that process and giving us that predictability. I know this has traditionally not always been something that council has felt encouraged to be a part of, and I just want to say thank you for involving us on that.
Okay. Welcome. So I will look to staff to help us once that final day gets here, and then we'll move forward. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say tonight. With that, any other further last minutes? Good for the order? Anything? Nope. Meeting adjourned.